Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Energize Your Online Business podcast. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. As always, I am joined by my fabulous co-host, Kate Sitars. Hello, Kate.
Hello, hello.
Hello. And Kate and I have the pleasure of being joined today by Emma Kate Barker, who is an amazing entrepreneur and a fabulous circuit sales system student to boot. And we are so excited to have you here, Emma.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's such a delight. You and I had the opportunity to collaborate a little bit more this summer as you worked with us on some of our other brands in our freelance summit for some of our other brands. And you and I have also gotten the chance to kind of work together a little bit in our coaching calls. So I'm excited to share your story with all of the listeners and followers and all of that.
So I'm excited to share it too. I was just saying to Nikki how I listened to one of these other podcasts only yesterday with another student, and it was so inspiring. So I'm honored that I can be on the podcast and hopefully inspire some others too.
Yay. Well, we are so excited to have you. Now, obviously, I know a bit about your business, but for those who are watching or listening and don't yet, can you share with us what it is that you do?
Yes, I'd love to. So I'm a graphic designer turned web designer, and I essentially over the years taught myself how to build WordPress websites. And I got to a point where I was then building WordPress websites for other designers and realized I was like, you guys can do this. Why aren't you doing this? And so that's where the idea of my e-course was born, which was how to build a WordPress website from scratch and make it professional and make a career out of it as a web designer. And so it's really targeted. I started it specifically for designers, but I've had a lot of sort of other creatives, freelancers like copywriters and artists also take the course too, just to sort of add it to their repertoire or just to be able to build a site for themselves. So I have that course, and now I have obviously follow-on courses and memberships and things like that have gone from there. But that was what really got me into it. And that's also why I bought the circuit sales system, was for that specific course initially as well.
Yes, absolutely. And so what had your experience been like when it came to putting your course out into the world and trying to sell it?
Yeah, so I did, initially it was just all live launches. It was like, no, evergreen doesn't work. That's what everyone tells you. So it was, year after year of live launches with webinars and challenges and all that. And it was just like a lot of people, I love it and it's energizing, but it's exhausting. And it's also stressful and lots of pressure. And it's great when a launch goes good, but when you've got all of your sort of eggs in one basket and something happens and it's not as good and you only sell 10 or whatever, and you're like, oh, now I have no money for Christmas. It was really up and down. So I was like, okay, I'll make it evergreen. And then you get crickets because no one buys it. Then I found a course similar to yours, probably 2 years before I found yours. And honestly, I think the content was probably really good, but I couldn't get through it because it was so disorganized. It just felt really slapped together. Maybe it was the first round of the course. I don't know, but I couldn't do it. I just found it really disorganized, and I didn't feel like I was really my hand was held and things were just easy and I could see how it was actually going to work. And so I didn't even finish that course. So that was a bit of a waste of money there. And then, then I found yours, and total game changer.
Oh, that's so fabulous. Well, and what was it about the circuit sales system that particularly interested you? Do you remember?
I think honestly, I found you from an Instagram ad, and I just clicked on it. I think it was a few days before New Year's or something. So I was on Christmas holidays, and it just worked on me. You sold to me so easy. And all of a sudden I'm ready to buy from spend more than double I've ever spent on a course before. And I was like, wow, this lady knows what she's doing because it's working on me. And it seemed really organized. And the fact that you're a copywriter as well, just was just another extra like awesome thing. I think you even mentioned in like your light bulb video how you have like you couldn't help yourself but put copywriting advice in there. And I was like, yes, that's what I need. Like I've had my sales pages like professionally written and they were like pretty good, but like just to like rearrange certain things and like say things in a different way. Like that was so helpful. So that's kind of, I think that's what inspired me to do it. But then at the same time, I'm like, man, if I'm financially committing this much, because like I'm in Australia, so Australian dollars, like versus US dollars, it was a big commitment for me. So I knew that I'm going to be committed to this course because I need to make it work because this is a huge thing for me. So, and I think it helped that it was over New Year's. I think I look back and I bought it on New Year's Day. So I was like, it was like a perfect kind of like, this is my goal for the year. This is what I'm going to do.
Oh, I love that. What a great way to start the year.
Yeah.
I'm curious if you don't mind sharing too about how many years was it that you were live launching and then trying it? Like what was from when you first launched your course and just that process? And I guess where you were feeling on that New Year's Day of like, was it, I know this can work so much better than it is, or what were some of the emotions too tied up in obviously years of running your program?
Yeah. So I started in 2018, I think. So like, what's that? It's 4 or 5 years of live launching. Yeah. And so I did, I think probably 3 to 4 launches a year. Some of it wasn't, I didn't do the full-on challenges and webinars all the time. Obviously, that tended to get more traction, but I just found it so exhausting. So I wouldn't do that all the time. But yeah, it was that often. And then, like as I said, I tried to introduce the evergreen, and like that I could kind of sell those by doing a sale, like a flash sale or something like that. So I would do that if I was lazy and didn't want to do a full launch. But yeah, I just knew it wasn't sustainable. Like it just really wasn't. And for someone like me who I'm working on it, but I'm a bit of a stress head and like I just couldn't deal with the whole inconsistent up and down roller coaster ride anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of years. Yeah. Good for you for sticking on that long.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
it's like, wait, 5?
Yeah.
Time flies.
I know. Yeah. Well, it's like a few years didn't happen because of the pandemic. Like you just sort of forget about it. But yeah, it's like that long.
Yeah. And that unpredictability, it's really, the funny thing is I feel like in our industry, it's the concept of launching has become so standard. Like, well, it's just what you do. You're supposed to put up with that lack of predictability. And there's no other industry that does that. There's no other industry that gambles its revenue on like once a quarter things coming in. But we're so used to that being quote unquote the way that you have to do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think there's so much out there. And even, from business coaches and who are friends and stuff, like, they have this evergreen doesn't work. And I get it because I was like, yeah, evergreen doesn't work. I've tried it, doesn't work, Mm-hmm. And so this is what we all sort of think, like, this is just what we have to do. And yeah, so it's fantastic that there's proof. I know it was very scary to begin with. Like, it was like, just have to trust you that it's going to work. Like, and it was great that it worked on me so easy too, like that you converted me in like a matter of days. I'd never heard of you before. So I was like, I know this can work. I just got to do it right. But it was definitely stressful, like switching it on and just being like, trust that you got to get some sales. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and so what were your results? Or what have your results been is maybe a better question.
Yeah. So when I bought the course, I'd already planned for like a live launch. So I like in February. So I thought, well, I'll just start building it and like actually release it kind of during the live, like bits of it during the live launch. So I kind of got my light bulb video and some of it done in February. And like I sold some in the live launch, but it's sort of hard to tell. So then I kind of had to take my course down for a while because I said that, this is a live launch. I can't just like have it available for evergreen the next week. So I took it down for like a month, and I think I switched it on just the beginning of April, I think, and made my first sale within the week, which I was just like stoked about. They were already like a sort of a warm lead or a hot lead. They were on my list. They were looking at buying the course anyway, but I was like, don't care, take it. Like I was excited about that. And then within, I think I worked it out like 6 weeks. I think it was 5 to 6 weeks, not quite 6 weeks. I'd paid back the course. I'd sold 5, and that had completely covered the course. And it's just gone up and up from there. So every month I sell a bit more. And last month I got to 6,000 Australian dollars for the month. So I think it was about 4,000 US dollars for the month just coming in. And this is me just sharing I have a weekly newsletter. So it's literally just, I have it sort of in the footer there. It's like on my website. I share it occasionally on social media, but there's no Facebook ads. There's nothing like that yet. And that's how much is coming in. So I've really got, like, I need to kick up the butt to like get those Facebook ads and get some other stuff happening, because I know once I put some money into that, like if get more people in, it's proven it works. I'm selling that much, and it's taken the pressure off hugely. Like I think I don't need to live launch anymore. Like I've got my other sort of revenue streams, and this is just ticking along, and it's just like bonus. It feels like bonus money. It's just really awesome.
That's amazing.
So
and
cool.
I love too that it's you're making these sales, and it's just through organic. It's just through mentioning it to your list and mentioning it on social media. That's amazing.
Yeah. And it was really scary too. One thing that was really scary was taking down my sales page, or like having my sales page there, but not allowing people to buy. And I posted that in the group because I was just like, I feel like people just want to buy and they don't want to go through that video. And like you were like, I can't remember what you said, but essentially just stick with it. Like it'll work. Like, and it does, but it was very scary to like take that opportunity away from people. But I noticed it because I have my 2 main courses on the website, and one of them I haven't built the circuit for yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that one just doesn't sell. Like I've probably sold one of those evergreen in the last 6 months. And honestly, that's probably the most popular course. Usually when I do live launches, I sell more of those than I do the other one. Yet because I've got the circuit for my other course, I'm selling, 5 or 6 of those a month versus none. So definitely works.
And we'll link to that. We just recorded a podcast episode actually about testing your offer before running Facebook ads to it. So I think it's awesome for you. You're in a great position where it works. And so now you can focus on the ads and making the ads work versus thinking, oh my gosh, do I have to blow up my whole offer and do something completely different, or it doesn't work or whatever. So
yeah, that's probably actually a really good point, because then you don't know whether it's the ads that you need to fix. So yeah, I think I'm really confident now that I just got to work on those ads and like get them up, and it should be sweet.
That's exciting.
I know you get this, you'd have to get this from heaps of students, but you literally have changed my business and my life. It's just been a total game changer. And it's like in my life, like I'm looking at, starting a family, and I'm like, I can't keep working this hard. Like I can't keep doing it. It's not sustainable. Surely there's a better way. And I've realized now that there is, and I can work less. And it's just been total game changer. And the course is so well structured, and like taking previous courses that had similar content, and I couldn't get through it. Like my brain is just like, no, I can't be jumping around like this. You've just handed so much on a silver platter, like so much, like the way you've structured how to fill in the blanks with the copywriting and things to do. And so it was just super well organized and step by step. And yeah, it was scary to launch, but like then it's proven itself very, very quickly, quicker than I would have thought. And I'm really excited to actually finish it and see the results. So thank you so much for that.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. But also thank you for trusting me, and thank you for putting in the work, and just good for you. And thank you. Are you comfortable at all sharing what your goals might be for your business? If not, no big deal.
Yeah, I'm happy to. I don't think like I probably need to have like really good set goals, but I would like to I would like to double what I've got currently coming in with my circuit. So if I'm selling, like I'd probably like to sell at least 10 a month. I think that would be good. At the moment I'm at 5, so 10 seems like very attainable considering it's so organic right now. I'm also, that's another thing too, I'm selling my course for more than I ever have as well, which is sort of part of, when you break down the value going through the course, you're just like, wow, like it's a bargain, even though it's like hundreds of dollars more than what I'd sold it for previously. So that's awesome. And I haven't even got people into the second sales part either. So once that goes through, they'll be obviously buying for more again. So yeah, I would like, if I could double it, if I could sell 10 a month, that's like my wage paid, and everything else is just, extra on top, which would be awesome. So I'd be stoked with that. I'm honestly stoked with what it currently is. So yeah, I'm sure I could set higher goals. And I think I will once I start running the Facebook ads and I know what my sort of return on investment is and my conversion rates are, then I can be like, oh, sweet. Well, if I put, 500 into Facebook ads, then this is how much is going to come out of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Step by step.
Mm-hmm. Do you have plans to put your other offer on a circuit as well, or?
Oh, totally. Yes. Yeah. Like I've also got a membership, which I've been talking to my partner in that, and we're like, let's do that, and yeah, but it's time, like doing that light bulb video. Oh, well, that was a lot of work, but it's so paid off, and like, I can use those bits everywhere, but it's finding the time. So I'm like, finish this circuit first, and then I'm just going to do it for like absolutely everything I have.
I will say, I will say it gets easier once you've done one, and then you kind of get the lay of the land as someone who's done it for multiple different products and multiple different brands. It does get easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah. I know you said that your circuit wasn't finished yet. Is that just the second sequence like you were talking about, and everything else is built out?
So what I'm up to is, I haven't done the second sequence. I have people like on pause or, waiting those 90 days, and then the 90 days pass. I'm like, I still got to do that. So they're just sitting there. And I haven't like obviously switched on ads. So I haven't finished the course. Like I've probably got the last few modules left of like going through that stuff. So what I'd done is the whole, obviously the fast action, and then the immediate sale thing after. And yeah, I think that's it. And then they just go onto my newsletter, and they're getting my weekly newsletter in the meantime. Like I've got my Facebook group, things like that, to try to like keep nurturing them. But yeah, I haven't got to the point of selling to them again. I've got to go through. I think I've like written a few of the emails, but I haven't finished it off yet.
Yeah. There's a lot there. Yeah, there's a lot there. Also, those are some pretty great results for not having even finished the entire course. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah.
Well, and two, do you have new people joining your list organically, or are these really, they've been there for, because I feel like that's still amazing as well. If it's just people who are still willing to purchase and do this, even if they've been on your list for a while, that's incredible.
Yeah. So I think I get new people on my list in that people will find my Facebook group, and I collect their email address there, so they'll get on. Obviously, I have other like opt-ins on my website, so like then they'll get on it. And I also run summits. I have a couple of summits a year I do, so that really builds my list, and I get new people on it from there. So my list grows there, but also I think there are quite a few people that, have probably been on my list for a year or more, who just then, they'll see the call to action in my newsletter or something like that, and then they'll sort of go into that. At least most of my opt-ins, like when they get like a free, ebook or whatever, the final page, the call to action is to get into that the circuit. So like everything I'm trying to like drive into that. So I'm not the best at monitoring exactly how they've got in there. But yeah, there's multiple different ways.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, it's attribution for marketing is very tricky, but as long as they're all heading in that direction, you're doing it completely right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm curious too, with the extra time you presumably have now that you don't have to stress about launches and getting all of that geared up, how have you been able to use that time now?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that question actually, because it's been like making sort of improvements to my course, like adding new things and doing sort of more like coaching and stuff like that, like one-on-one mentoring sessions and things like that I've really wanted to do for so long and just like don't have the time because constantly trying to like market and do the next thing. I now have time to do that. So it's been really great to go through the course and like I'm sort of halfway through reviewing it now so I can like add new things in there, make it, bigger and better. And I just didn't have time to do that for years. So to be able to do that is awesome because then I believe in the course even more and like then it's easier to sell and, all that. So yeah, being able to do all that, feeling less stressed about where my next dollar is coming from and feeling like I'm just working a bit less too, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's so funny how many of us get into business because we want more freedom and we want to make a difference. And we end up with desk jobs working 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm so glad to hear you've got more freedom.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been great. It's been like, it makes me, like I said, I'm a bit of a stress head. So like there's like less stress going on. I can feel calmer and, focus on the things that I want to focus on rather than thinking, oh, what's my next social media post going to be and all that. And, all those things that just don't seem to, take up so much time and not actually move the needle forward.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many things to do as business owners. So many. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I have to say, I am so pleased for you and you certainly deserve it. You did a lot of hard work, but I'm also already excited to get you back on and to film a follow-up. Yes, exactly. Because I have a feeling you are going to hit your goal, your 10 a month before you even expect it. And also my gut tells me you're probably going to go past that a lot faster than you even think you will. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm excited. Like I'm really excited because I've got no summits planned for the rest of the year. So my focus is like, and I've been telling everyone, it's like my focus is a circuit. I've got to finish this off. So I'm stoked to be working on that over the next few months and like getting it up. And I'll definitely keep you updated on how it's all going.
Yes, please do. Please do. And now if someone is listening and they think, oh my gosh, Emma's amazing, but also I think I need to look into her course, where can people find you?
On my website, emmakate.co. That's probably the best place and you'll get links to sort of everything. And obviously everything's going to funnel you into my circuit as well. So if you want to find out more about my course, obviously that video is the best place. But I'm also on like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, although I've only just started YouTube. There's not much on there, but it's all Hi Emma Kate.
And we will put those links in the show notes. Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly. Hey. Well, Emma, this has been so fun. Such a great opportunity to catch up and also to celebrate your wins. So thank you so much for joining us for this episode.
Thank you both so much for having me. This was awesome. And it makes me really realize how far I've come and how much like it's really helped. And like I said, I only started it in January. And so it's amazing to see how far I've come in less than a year.
Yes. Good for you. Absolutely. Well, everybody then needs to tune in since we will have an update sooner than I think any of us think. But of course, until then, we will catch all of you in the next episode. Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Do you want to learn how to sell and scale your offer on autopilot every single day without the chaos of live launching or the low conversions of evergreen? Who doesn't, right? Get our free on-demand video training at circuitsalessystem.com/free. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to make sure you never miss a video. We'll catch you next time.